Life rewards the clever, not the compliant. Right now, 80% of people are sleepwalking through their existence, treating life like a group project they never signed up for. Meanwhile, time is doing what it does best, disappearing forever. Today, I'm sharing 6 ordinary habits that most people ignore because they're not flashy enough for social media. But here's the thing. These simple strategies will completely transform how you approach life. Stick around, because you'll find at least one of these genuinely mind-blowing. The majority of people are going through life on autopilot. They press snooze 4 times, scroll through their phones in quiet desperation, pay bills they barely understand, and tell their dreams, maybe tomorrow, while binge-watching shows they've already seen 3 times. That's not living, that's surviving with Wi-Fi. But what if I told you there are simple habits that successful people use that you've probably never heard of? These aren't productivity hacks or morning routines. They're deeper principles that fundamentally change how you show up in the world. You weren't placed on this earth to live a life of quiet desperation. Yet that's exactly what most people do. They wake up, go to work, come home exhausted, watch Netflix, and repeat. They've forgotten that they're allowed to write poetry on Thursdays, work on passion projects on Sundays, or take weird artistic photos of puddles just because it makes them feel alive. Now, I'm not saying quit your job tomorrow and become a starving artist. The goal isn't to escape poverty by turning into a productivity spreadsheet. The goal is to know who you are when you turn 40. To look in the mirror and recognize the person staring back at you. Here's the first habit. Schedule non-negotiable time for the things that make you feel human. Even if it's just 30 minutes a day. Your soul needs more than just survival mode. Habit number 2. Set small goals with timelines, or you will get lazy, especially if it's easy. Here's a truth bomb. "I'll do it later" is the anthem of never fulfilled aspirations. Do you know what destroys more potential than failure? Vague intentions. "I'll start exercising next week." No, you won't. Your brain loves easy goals with no stress because they require zero accountability. That's why you can watch hours of productivity videos and forget everything in the next 10 minutes. Here's the habit. Make your goals uncomfortably specific. Instead of, "I should eat better," try, "I will prepare 3 meals this week that aren't pasta and depression." Instead of, "I need to find a job," try, "I will send my resume to 5 companies by Friday." Write it down. Set the deadline. Hit it. Repeat. Your future self will thank you when you become one of those rare people who actually follow through. Habit number 3. If you want to get into the top 10% at something, do it for 100 minutes for 100 days. Forget the 10,000-hour rule. That's great if you're trying to become the next world-class violinist, but for almost everything else, this is your shortcut. 100 minutes a day for 100 days. That's it. You'll be better than 90% of people who constantly say, "someday." You don't need talent. You need a timer and fewer excuses. Want to write? Set your timer. Want to learn to code? Timer. Want to paint? Timer. Want to dance badly on TikTok until it becomes dancing well on TikTok? You guessed it, timer. In 100 days, you won't be the same person. You'll be one of those people who finish things. One of those people who show up consistently. And here's the kicker. 100 minutes is less time than you waste doom scrolling and waiting for your life to magically turn around. The compound effect of showing up daily is absolutely mind-blowing. Most people underestimate what they can achieve in 100 days because they're too busy overestimating what they can do in one day. Habit number 4. The 8+8+8 rule. This one's beautifully simple. 8 hours of work, 8 hours of sleep, 8 hours for you. If you just smiled, it's probably because your current life looks more like 10 hours of work, 5 hours of panicking about work, 6 hours of scrolling your phone in bed, and 3 hours of actual, terrible sleep. Here's the thing, you don't have to balance this perfectly every single day. Life happens. But treating rest as a luxury instead of maintenance is like never changing the oil in your car and wondering why it breaks down. Your mind wasn't designed to run on caffeine and spite. Burnout makes everything feel like sandpaper, and nobody wants to be around someone who's made of sandpaper. The habit here is to protect your 8 hours like they're sacred. Your personal time isn't what's left over after everything else. It should be scheduled first. This is when you pursue hobbies, connect with people you care about, or just sit quietly without your phone and remember what it feels like to be human. Habit number 5. Successful people aren't smarter than you, they're just more persistent at doing mundane stuff. Here's a secret successful people won't tell you: they don't want to do it either. They just do it anyway. Going to the gym is boring. Tracking your progress is tedious. Daily writing feels like pulling teeth. They build their lives on routines that are about as exciting as watching paint dry. What looks like talent from the outside is usually just someone who got really good at ignoring their own excuses. They've mastered the art of showing up when they don't feel like it. You want to write a book? Open the document and write 300 words. Every single day. Doesn't matter if they're terrible words. Especially if they're terrible words. You want to get in shape? Show up to the gym even if you only do 10 minutes on the treadmill. You can build an empire out of boring consistency if you stick with it long enough. The magic isn't in the individual actions, it's in the relentless repetition of showing up when everyone else gives up. Habit number 6. Stop obsessing about finding your purpose and start creating meaning instead. Find your purpose sounds great in Disney movies and during quarter-life crises, but here's the reality: most of us don't have one grand, overarching life purpose. What we have are Tuesdays, boring Wednesdays, regular Thursday afternoons. And that's actually beautiful because it means you don't need to wait for some cosmic revelation to start living meaningfully. You create meaning by being present, by paying attention to the small things, by helping someone when they need it, by following your curiosity down weird rabbit holes, by doing something creative even if it's terrible. You don't need a billboard life mission statement. You just need stuff that makes you feel like a real person instead of a poorly programmed background character in someone else's story. Purpose is nice if it shows up. But meaning? You can create that today. Right now. In the next 5 minutes. There you have it, 6 habits that 80% of people completely ignore. These aren't groundbreaking revelations that require you to completely reinvent yourself. You don't need to wake up at 4 a.m., take cold plunges, or journal your intentions in a leather-bound notebook. These are the quiet habits that don't look impressive on Instagram but somehow keep your life from falling apart. They're not sexy, they're not trendy, but they work. Pick one. Just one of these habits and implement it this week. Don't try to do all 6 at once. That's how you burn out and quit. Start small. Be consistent. Trust the process. If this video helped you see life a little differently, hit that like button and subscribe for more content that cuts through the noise. Your future self is counting on the decisions you make today. Don't let them down.